This is Dr. Lane here, and I'm with a special friend, special guest today, and we're here to talk about something real important coming up on August 5th. It is the Missouri Constitutional Amendment 1, the right to farm. I have seen a lot of ads, I've seen a lot of commercials, I've seen a lot of Facebook posts, and so really confusing, so that's why we have Sheila Nichols here. Sheila, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a small local farmer. I live here outside of Springfield, and I am a real food advocate. I firmly believe that our food is directly related to the health of our bodies,
Absolutely.
Our environment, our economy, and the health of our communities, and they cannot be separated.
Well, tell me who's behind the Amendment 1, the pros and the cons, and who's for it, who's against it.
Okay, so within the Missouri legislature, this was introduced, and it is really being driven by the largest multinational corporations in the world, along with the largest industrialized agriculture lobbying organizations. So the Farm Bureau, the Cattlemen's Association, Monsanto, Cargill, ADM, Tyson, all of the
big corporations.
The huge corporations
and every
that
one
are
of the corporations
taking over.
that you mentioned, being a health nut myself, are the ones that are poisoning the food.
Absolutely, they are either genetically
Modifying, using GMOs.
seeds, or which require Roundup, which is a derivative of Agent Orange. So
Cancer-causing agents.
Cancer-causing agents, neonicotinoids that affect our bees. And 80% of the antibiotics produced in this country go to the livestock.
That's right.
In our concentrated animal feeding operations, the CAFOs. That's where you have thousands of animals packed into small buildings, and so they have to feed them antibiotics to try and keep them
alive.
healthy.
Yeah.
And then all that manure goes out.
So who are the people that's against this amendment trying to pass?
Independent family farmers are, the small independent family farmers that realize that the ploy that's been put out there, the red herring saying, oh, this will keep you safe. So it's the small farmers that realize that this is not
Absolutely.
About outside animal activists trying to take over the state.
These are your organic farmers and the farmers that are trying to do it the right way.
Exactly.
Okay. And why would these larger corporations, like you said, Tyson, Monsanto, why would they do this?
Okay, so in 1975, within the Missouri statute, we as farmers were given the legal right to farm, although we'd already had it, but we already have the right to farm, and now that is protected by statute. However, the large corporations do not have that same right. So in order to enshrine that right and to give them carte blanche to do what they need to do, they need this constitutional amendment.
So what you're saying is we already have the right to vote. We already have the right to farm.
Absolutely. Absolutely, we already have the right to farm, and it's protected by statute. This would be like in the 1970s giving the tobacco industry constitutional protection.
Yeah. And what would this do if this does pass?
I'll give you an example.
Besides just more corporations poisoning more food, more people getting sick.
Right. I will. One example. Right now, there is Chinese corporation Shinawee bought Smithfield Pork, one of the largest pork producers in the country. Shinawee, largest corporation in China, food-related corporation, for $7.5 billion. There are 50,000 acres in northern Missouri that are in...
That's in our own backyard.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. 50,000 acres where they are raising hog CAFOs. And it doesn't take long to look around and see how China treats their water, their animals,
Absolutely.
Their food. And
it's not just the humanity of what they're doing to the animals, but it's the land itself too.
The land itself. So the manure, the waste, the antibiotic-filled waste, the chemical-filled waste goes into these large lagoons. Then that manure gets sprayed on our fields or drilled into the fields. And down here we have karst topography.
Yeah. Our water reservoirs are destroyed.
Our lakes, our streams, our tourism. We should not give constitutional protection to the number one industry to wreck our number two industry of tourism.
That's huge. That's huge.
No no industry deserves constitutional protection. Our Constitution is designed for citizens, not corporations.
That's good. That's good. And so that's good because I know there's a lot of people for this and there's a lot of people against this because you see the commercials. It's so misconceiving when you see the right to farm. Like you just said, you've always had the right to farm.
Exactly.
You can go out in your backyard and grow alfalfa and kale and Brussels sprouts. You have the right. This is giving foreign corporations the right to come into our state and to do what they want and not to be governed by the law. Because this happened.
Constitution trumps everything, and
this happened in Indiana.
This did happen in Indiana. Thank you for bringing that up. Yes, Indiana is a right to farm state.
So in Indiana, this did pass, and this is what has happened. Go ahead.
Local control has been taken away. In our state, as this is being bannered about, they're saying, "Oh no, we'll still have local control." Only first-class counties, which are in Kansas City, St. Louis, and Greene County, have the right to regulate agriculture, and first-class counties with charter government. All the other counties have no control over agriculture. In Indiana, a judge just ruled in favor of a CAFO, the giant corporate factory farm, over the county's complaint,
And
over the family farmer.
Why would he do this?
The farmer was complaining about the
Toxicity.
yes, and
Because the
judge.
Constitution overrules the state.
Absolutely.
The Constitution overrules what, the city, or
Right. Constitution trumps everything.
There you go. That's a good quote. So, what can people do to make a difference on this? Not just going out to the polls and voting against this,
Vote no, August 5th, definitely.
but other than sharing this video with as many people as you can and sharing it and recommending it to your friends, other colleagues, what can they do?
We can help you get signed up to Phone Bank, and guess what? You can phone bank from home now. You don't have to go anywhere. You can do it from the privacy of your own home. So easy, so wonderful. Working the polls. And I'm sure if you've been out and about and driving anywhere, you're seeing all these bright orange-red signs saying keep Missouri farming. Know that that is only in the best interest of these large lobbying organizations and corporations. So we need this to be a truly grassroots effort. You tell people, ask them to tell people. We have a week from today, folks. Time is of the essence.
Thanks.